Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. In this episode, we're going to take a look at a piece by the AI Generative artist surea.i labs. In this episode, we're going to talk about this really vibrant red. We're going to talk about the Maneki Neko, and then we're also going to talk about the profound power of OpenAI's DALL-E II. So let's jump right into it. So whenever you first see this piece, you're likely going to be caught by this really striking flood of this really visceral red. Red, of course, is a very highly attentive color, and it really catches your eye, it gets your heart beating, and of course, it catches your attention with absolute ease. People often say that red is the first color when you see whenever you look at something, and so we see how this is just emphasized to the highest degree possible. Just a really, really intense red here. We also see this kind of dual set contrast. So, of course, we have the main background as that red, and then we have this kind of dark pot here. And this, of course, is a dark on light contrast. And then we have yet another contrast, which is technically a light on dark contrast, and then set on that red background as well. So almost like a light on dark, dark on light contrast. So that dual set contrast, it gives this piece a lot of dynamic kind of characteristics to it. Of course, it's not just simple. It's not just the white on red. It's the black on red and then the white on black on red. So a very dynamic piece, very, very cool, and it really draws you in. It has some layers to it as well. And so we also see a near symmetrical spatial composition. And so if you were to point that out, this would probably be the best color. So really draws, that'd be the main axiom, and it pretty is, it's not perfectly symmetrical, but it is near symmetrical. And so that, of course, gives us a highly harmonious visual experience, and the spatial composition is very, very balanced as a result. And so we also see, of course, the Maneki Neko, very, very iconic symbol from the Far East. And this, of course, originated in Japan. Some people think this is Chinese, but it did originate in Japan and during the 17th century in Japan. There's a lot of debate on whether it came from Tokyo or Kyoto, but, regardless, it's really, really, really very, very popular. And so the Maneki Neko actually stands for good luck and prosperity. And so people often put this in window shops, of markets, of restaurants, laundromats, arcades, casinos, anything. And so it's a very, very widespread symbol, and it's a symbol of good luck. And so, we see this as one of the most iconic symbols of the Far East. I would say this alongside the yin and yang, even though they are both very different symbols, they are both very popular, and people associate with them. People associate them with the Far East very, very easily. And so the Maneki Neko has also evolved into things like piggy banks and keychains. It's not just these tiny little statues, these kind of talisman objects, but now they're much, much more widespread, and that kind of production, that mass production, it's really kind of influenced consumer culture as well quite a bit. And so with that in mind, like I said, it has an immense pop culture influence. It's one of the most widely recognized symbols from the East. And with that in mind, people could have this as a very good introduction to the East, whether they look at this and then eventually discover the yin yang, or they just look at this and can, draw some type of meaning within their life. I think that's incredibly important. And so this piece was made by surea.i labs. This is actually the second piece we've ever showcased from that artist. And this artist works in the AI generative medium quite a bit. Profound passion for that medium as well. And so, this artist created this piece using OpenAI's DALL-E II, and DALL-E II is a very, very, very powerful program. And so we're talking, all you have to do is put something in that you want to see, and the AI generative program will create that. And so with that in mind, we're going to take a look at one of the other pieces that were created, not in DALL-E II, but Midjourney, and then we'll see what we can learn and also see what created this piece in the original. All right, so taking a look at the original piece, this is actually made in Midjourney, and then now we have a DALL-E variation of that. And so at the top, this was the original prompt that created the piece on this left, and it's also the one that created the DALL-E one as well. And so we put in Fortune Cat, Maneki Neko, Lucky Cat, Red Poster. So we're looking for a red poster of the Maneki Neko of the Fortune Cat. And so you see how the Midjourney created it. You can see it. It is a poster. It is a red poster. It is definitely the white Maneki Neko, very iconic, but it is kind of low resolution. It is a really cool piece. It's very, very cool the way the Midjourney the AI just interprets that. But then we take that and we compare it to DALL-E II, and we see a much higher resolution rendition of that as well. And so both of these are really, really striking in that really vibrant red, but it also displays what almost appears like an advertisement or some type of poster. But regardless of that, we see how Midjourney does have a bit of variation compared to DALL-E II. And it also proves of the profound power and just the incredible accuracy of DALL-E II as well. So I thought those are some really good examples, of course, using this prompt of the fortune cat with the Maneki Neko red poster. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. We talked a little bit about this really iconic symbol of Eastern culture. We talked about this kind of vibrant red, and then we also talked about the profound power of DALL-E II. Hope you guys enjoy. Go check out surea.i lab's other works, doing a bunch of really cool stuff over there. My name is Apollo. This was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.